Alright, welcome back everybody to Arkonomics Friday. Every Friday we do one of these. It's just a video where we go over the market trends in North America West. You can generally apply these to your own region if you use a little bit of that thinking power you got. As always though, this is for North America West primarily because I'm on it and I'm on Mari, not that it matters. Hashtag Mari Gang. Blue crystals are looking pretty the same, I guess. 3,400. Last time I bought blue crystals was like a week ago, like 3,800, I guess. So, I mean, it's within the range that it's been at, I would say. Something to note, though, this week we are going to be going over pretty much the same things, though I am going to talk about the elephant in the room here, which is going to be radiant leapstones, as they are quite expensive, as are the red cubes, as I like to call them, refined blitz. But before we do that, I am going to take a glance at legendary skins, because again, last episode we talked about legendary skins briefly, and I'm not going to go over them too much, I guess. If you want me to go over all my thought processes on legendary skins and why they're way too cheap right now, you can go over to last week's Arkonomics video, but this week I'm just going to briefly glance over it. Again, you can kind of see, I think in general, the prices of these legendary skins are just too cheap. It doesn't really make sense. I think it's just an excess of whales selling their extras after them rolling their jars. So eventually, these super cheap prices might go away. Obviously, lower played classes are going to be less in demand and cheaper. So, that's something to keep in mind as well. But when I calculated this for North America West, it costs 80k for the cloth to make 10 jar rolls. And that's not including the 1,000 blue crystals you need to get the jars. So if you include the 1,000 blue crystals, at current prices, that's another 34k. That makes the total 114k right there. So it's 114k on average to get a legendary item. So, I don't know. Do with that information what you will. But that is how she goes. And that's all I can really say on it. Obviously, is what it is. Lower played classes, things that might be cheaper. Excess of stuff right now because people spam made a bunch of shit. That's my opinion. Moving on. Next topic on the list, Topical Tuesdays, not today. But the next topic on the list, the next elephant in the room is Radiant Honor Leapstones. These motherfuckers have rocketed to the moon, and I can only assume it's because people are starting to hone their weapon, like, massively. And I don't know if this is just an oh my god, what am I trying to say? Anecdotal. That's what I'm trying to say. What the fuck? I don't know if it's an anecdotal thing or not, but it seems like everybody I personally know and follow in sort of my gaming circle, it seems like everybody's trying to go for their weapon right now. I know a couple different people pushing for the plus 20 range into their con weapons now. I know one of the more spendy people I know is going for plus 25. So what do they need? They need a ton of fucking leapstones. That's what they need. Leapstones are massively bottleneck for people going for plus 25, as are red shards, or red cubes, if you will. And that's not a surprise. We've been over this many times. And if you give me a second here, I will bring up the material calculator for you guys. Let's pop on over here. So we've been here many times. Let's just go to NA West, import that. So let's say you're going for 25 on your weapon. On average, you're going to need 2,100 leapstones. That's not bad, right? Well, that's for one level, and that's on average, right? 2,100 leapstones, let's say 2,200 for ease of calculating sake. Let's assume, because leapstone prices are at 147 right now, 2,200 times 147, that's 323k in leapstones alone on average for a plus 25 weapon. Let's not even talk about the fucking redstones. My god. And then obviously Arehas are a pretty big factor as well. And again, honor shards 1.3 million on average. And then the raw fucking gold is 171k on average. You turn this to worst case scenario, this is pity. You're looking at pretty much over doubled costs in every single category. So basically, this shit, you can kind of see, once you get past 23, it kind of goes fucking, like, insano mode. 23 to 24 basically doubles. And then again, over here at 20, I think it was? Yeah, 20. 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 900. It starts going up by a good amount. You can kind of see, but basically exponentially grows. So that shit kind of expensive, and it makes sense because if more people are honing their weapon in the higher 20s, makes perfect sense. The reason Areha materials aren't going up with the surge of additional honing is simply because trade skill material prices. They're still about what they've been. And trade skill material prices are like pretty much solely dictated on the robots and fishing, because it seems like robots only fish, or at least the mass amounts of botted robot men's only fish. Again, it's anecdotal, but I feel like it's mostly true. That being said, is there anything you can do to capitalize off this? I mean, I'm personally going to sell my leapstones, like, pretty much as soon as I make this video. I hoard them until I need gold, or I want to do something and make a video, and then I sell my shit. Basically, though, I mean, are they going to keep going up? I don't know. Are people going to keep honing? It's hard to say. You just have to kind of ride the waves. And right now, I think is a good time to sell, because they are significantly higher than they've been in a very, 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 very long time. You can see it's just a recent spike, too, so it seems like a lot of people are all deciding this all at once. I think it might also have to do with the gearing path of some people. The, like, super omega whales who wanted to get, like, weapon ASAP. Obviously, they got it ASAP. They ignored every other piece of gear. But the people who went for a couple armor pieces now can also get their weapon. Like, if I didn't go 4 pieces of a con gear, I could get my weapon this week, I think? Yeah, I could get my weapon this week. So I think a lot of people are either getting their weapon last week or this week. It makes sense. I don't know. Again, that's just my opinion. Take it for what you will. Last thing I want to at least glance at before we pop over to gems and end the video are engravings. I always like at least looking at engravings just to see what the word on the street is. Of course, Robust Spirit engraving is 15k right now. Makes sense because Robust Spirit is probably the best class in the game. Best engraving in the game for the best class in the game. Just makes sense. I'd recommend probably stocking up on Robust Spirit at about 15k. I think it's worth it. And if I didn't already have all my books, I would definitely be buying them. And then, obviously, we see Predator at 8.5k still. Kind of crazy to me that Predator is still this expensive, but eh. And then, obviously, Wind Fury, 5,600, and then it drops off 4k for Full Bloom. Even Grudge is below 4k now. Punisher, Adrenaline. But basically, engravings are pretty cheap. Yeah. Crazy to see. Especially if you're somebody who's been tracking them for as long as I have. Crazy to see the ups and downs of the game. The game's prices. Let me unselect Soulfist, because nobody plays Soulfist. 170k for a cooldown gem. I think that's a bit up from last week. I think last week was sitting at about 165. Could be wrong. Could have Alzheimer's, you never know. I do think this is more expensive than last week, though. 400k for a damage gem does not seem what it was. But, yeah. I think that's it for this week's Arkonomics, baby. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And, of course, like the video if you like it. Dislike if you dislike it. Leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on what I have discussed. Also helps me out for the algorithm. I appreciate you guys. Helps the channel out. XOXO. Thank you to my YouTube members, as always. My tier 2s, Blitzel, Remix My Life, I'm Nufu, Airzag, Peachy, Jacob, Clouded, and all my tier 1s, It's Biscuits, Inder, Diz. You guys are the best. I'm outie. 9,000.